Imagine that Reliance Jio is planning to enter Mexican market. Should they enter the market or no? Remember, I'm not looking for a yes or no answer. I'm more interested in your thought process. Why don't you think about it for 30 seconds or a minute and type down your answer in the comment section. Hello guys, welcome to the mini course on cracking the toughest interviews in the world. That is management consulting interviews, right? So in this mini course, we will be talking about three things. One, why are these the toughest interviews and what are case interviews? Number two, we will be talking about how to tackle personal experience interviews. And three, we will be talking about how do you improve your profile to first even get an interview invite. So alright, so let's jump right into the first part. The reason why these are the toughest interviews in the world are because of the sheer number of applicants. There are close to 200,000 applicants that McKinsey receives every single year, and only 1 to 2% of them are finally selected. And this hit rate is way worse than some of the top business schools in the world, right? Even Harvard, INSEAD, Stanford have hit rates close to 10 to 12%, right? So this indicates the difficulty level of cracking these interviews. Two, the other interesting aspects which make this interview difficult is the fact that even if you prepare for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, doesn't matter, right? You still don't know which questions to expect. And this is because of the nature of the interviews and what is called as a case interview. So let's decode what a case interview means. A case interview is a hypothetical business situation, and this business situation is given to you by the interviewer, and the interviewer is expecting you to solve or to share your thoughts on this problem, right? For example, let us take your neighborhood kirana store. The interviewer asks, "Hey Pawan, your neighborhood kirana store guy has reached out to you and has mentioned that, hey, my store sales are going down. What should I do to increase my sales?" Why don't you take 30 seconds pause right now, think about what the kirana store can do, the kirana store owner can do, and then restart the video. Alright, I hope you took that 30 seconds break. So let's continue. The candidate's response usually is, hey, the kirana store owner can probably offer more discounts, of course, or they can probably distribute some pamphlets, or they can probably increase the store timings, or they can increase the number of products being sold, or they can increase the ABC, XYZ, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, right? So there are so many things that the kirana store owner can do. So let us look at an alternate version of this answer, which is probably a little more memorable and a little more structured so that the kirana owners can actually remember, right? So the kirana store owner should be looking at increasing their sales through three different ways. Number one, marketing. Number two, product expansion. Number three, logistics. In marketing, the kirana store owner probably can offer more discounts, or they can probably distribute some pamphlets in the neighborhood, right? In the product expansion space, the kirana store owner can probably think about what are the fast moving goods and can they show them on top of the display, right? The second thing that they can do within the product expansion is, can they add more healthier products into the mix? Because of this COVID, there's a lot of awareness about healthier products. That is something which the owner can think about. And finally, about the logistics, can these guys offer free delivery, or can this guy probably increase the store timings, right? So the second answer is much more memorable because of the fact that it's well structured. There are 3 layers, and within each layer there are 2 things to remember, right? So this is what is being tested in the case interview. So 2 things. Number 1, do you have enough industry knowledge so that you can come up with intelligent points? And number 2, can you structure these points in an intelligent way so that the other person can remember these points, right? So now let's jump right in and see how can you probably develop these skills. So the first one, increasing your industry awareness or getting up to date with these industry topics, right? The first one, just go on to McKinsey, BCG, Bain websites. There is no other website which is probably more effective than these companies itself. Just go on their websites and read through their articles, blogs, reports, anything that you find, right? And this will help you learn a lot of points, right? Now, what you do next is, as you continue to build awareness about various industries, you also practice cases from different case books around the world, right? Go and get your hands on Kellogg casebook, a bunch of these casebooks. Now, with your industry knowledge, when you get into a case problem, first list down all the factors and then force yourself to group them into smaller buckets like marketing, customer, right? Don't apply a random framework on top of it, 3C, 4P. First, stay a little away from these frameworks. Build organic ways of, hey, how do you communicate this in a better way? This will help you be more confident that, hey, I can probably build my own structures, right? Once you do that, you then jump into the different case structures and probably start learning a thing or two from them. This is how you prepare for your case interviews. I hope this is helpful. So as a quick next step, I would like you guys to probably solve a case. This is the case statement. Hypothetically speaking, imagine that Reliance Jio is planning to enter Mexican market. Should they enter the market or no? Remember, I'm not looking for a yes or no answer. I'm more interested in your thought process. Why don't you think about it for 30 seconds or a minute and type down your answer in the comment section. Imagine that Reliance Jio is planning to enter Mexican market. Should they enter the market or no? Remember, I'm not looking for a yes or no answer. I'm more interested in your thought process. Why don't you think about it for 30 seconds or a minute and type down your answer in the comment section. I will go through each one of the comments and let you know what I think about your answer. All right. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, guys, and look forward to seeing you in part 2.